Hello, my name is Tjaša Kastelic and today I would like to teach you 6 exercises. So we have a lot to do, so let's just dive in. First of all, you need to have in front of you these exercises, so I really please you to print out the workbook, which is the link below. So the first 3 exercises we will play on D string, but you can play these 3 exercises on each string. So the rhythm is the same, just you change the string. Instead of D string, you play then A string, E string, and G string. This is also everything written in the workbook. So I will show you each exercise I will play for you. Of course, I will also explain to you how to do it. And the first thing what I would suggest to you is that you have the metronome. What I say to metronome is the reality show, so that you don't invent or compose your own rhythm, but you have someone who checks that you really correctly do the rhythm. So put the metronome on 70, I would suggest, in the beginning, that you really have time to control and to look all the things. And then, of course, you can speed up. I will play without metronome now, that you really can hear and see, and I will also explain in between what everything is important to take care of. So the first exercise starts with open D string, and we have in this exercise half notes, quarter notes, and one whole note at the end. So half note, we know already, has 2 beats, and then quarter note has just 1 beat, and the whole note has 4 beats. Important by this exercise is, of course, you need to take care of intonation, that the notes and the tones are really correctly played, but it's also very important that you have good sound and that you know exactly where on the bow we will divide these notes. So for the half note, we will use the whole bow. For the quarter note, we will use half of the bow. And for the whole note, we will use also the whole bow. Yeah, this is really important. Don't just play in the middle somewhere something. No, it's really important that we now in the beginning learn really correctly where exactly we play each note. So I will play now for you the first exercise, and I will stop in between that I explain to you some things. So we start with the open string, and all the fingers we will use just on D string. So here we don't have any other string, just D string, and we play from the open string to the 4th finger on D string. So let's go. So before you can, like 70 approximately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. First finger. So we have, for this exercise and for the all exercises, they are in D major. That means that our 2nd and 3rd finger, they are together. Okay, so here, for example, we have open string, then we have first finger, then we have second finger, and then the third, second and third, they love each other, I always say. Okay, this is really important, otherwise the notes will not be correct. I will now say to you some things what are important, but everything is also written in the workbook. So our bow needs to go straight, parallel with the bridge. So also at the tip, when we are playing, is the bow like this? It's not like this, okay? And also our elbow, I always say open, close, open, close. Don't do this, okay? At the frog, also, we use our pinky finger, our little finger is round when we go to the frog. And here we have this kind of direction. So the wrist, I say, touches our nose. Of course not, but just to have in mind. So these are really important things to take care that you have good sound. If that is in the beginning, of course, probably the sound will not be so well because you just learn the violin, but you can always, for example, make a stop between each finger. So for example, when you play, stop the bow, put the finger on the string and don't move the bow, and then when it's the finger on the string, then you go, then let's go. Again, stop the bow, put the finger on the string, let's go. And as you see, depends where the bow is coming. For example, the first note is half note is the whole bow, and then we come to the tip, and then for the quarter note we say we use half of the bow, so we use the upper half of the bow, so we stay here, then again the whole bow, and then the first finger E comes to the lower part of the bow and we stay here, you go just to the middle and always back to the frog. A lot of times I see the students leave so much bow here at the frog. No, go really to the frog, okay? So that was this first exercise. Now we go to the second exercise. Here it's also fast the same rhythm thema as by the first exercise, just a bit different. Again, we have half notes, we have quarter notes, and we have one whole note. We will divide the bow the same. So for these all 6 exercises, we divide the bow always the same. Always there is a half note which has 2 beats, has the whole bow. For the quarter note, we have just half of the bow, and for the whole note, we have the whole bow. Yeah, so I will now play for you the second exercise. Again, I suggest you put the metronome, maybe in the beginning not, that you just figured out the notes and so on, but then later I would really suggest you to play with the metronome. So let's go. 3, 4. 2, 1. That was the second exercise. For example, when this string is okay, then go to do, I will just make an example, okay? Go to A string, 3, 4, and so on. On each string, we do always the same fingerings and always our second and third together, okay? If the sound is not well, I say many times, all the time, I think, check your holding bow position. That is really relaxed. Go back to the previous lesson. I will also put a link below when I really explain how exactly should be the right position. When you are at the frog, the little finger, small finger, pinky, is round. When you go to the tip, you don't need so much a little finger, and you just put a bit of weight on our index finger, but not too much, because if you will do too much, will crash, okay? Okay, good. Let's go now to the third exercise. The third exercise actually has not the same rhythm all the time as the previous ones, but it's also not difficult to do. We will use again the same. For the half note, the whole bow. For the quarter note, half of the bow. For the whole note, whole bow. Okay? So again, put the metronome, and I will now play for you that you just see how that should sound. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that were these 3 exercises. Really important thing. Start from the string. Don't do something like this. Put the bow, stop, don't do anything. Take care. My little finger is round, my thumb is round, everything is okay. Now let's go. Okay, don't do something like, from the air. Good. Then, so I said again, 3 exercises. The first 3 exercises you can do on each string, G, D, A, and E. And then we go to the 4th exercise where we will add also a string. So the same bowings, we will divide the bow the same as by the previous exercise. I will not repeat now this, but we will just add open a string, and the fingers will not go like a scale, but from the 3rd finger we'll jump to 1st finger. Just this is the difference. It's really not difficult. So let's go again. 3, 4. A string, 1 in the lower part, 3rd, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So here is the same. Stop the bow, move the bow from a string, for example, to this string, put the 3rd finger on the string, and then let's go. Don't do something like, okay, stop, do the change, finger, and let's go, okay? That was it. This exercise you play just on like how it's written, not on each string. Just D and A, and then again to this string. Good. Let's go now to the 5th exercise. Here we start on A string, then we go to open D string. Then we have 1st finger, 2nd, 3rd, and then A string. Yeah? Again, the same. The whole bow is for the half note and the whole note, and the half of the bow is just for quarter note. So let's go. 3, 4 from the string. 1, 2, 1, 2. First finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here the same. Stop the bow. 1, 2, stop. Put the finger on the string. Let's go. And so on. Always take time. If that doesn't go from the first part, good. So let's go to the 6th exercise. Here we have just a string, so that is really not hard. But at the end we don't go like a scale, but we jump from the 3rd finger to the 1st finger. Again, we divide the bow the same as by the previous exercises. So let's go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. So, again, the most important thing, don't just play the right notes. Take care what is doing your bow. If you will learn from the beginning on the right hand, then on the long term will be that so much easier. Take time. How much to practice that? Depends how much you need, or depends also how much time you have. I would suggest you, if you do 1 exercise per day and this exercise good is better than just today I will play 6 exercises and they are not sound good. So 1 step at a time. Pick first exercise and take care that all these things what I said works and that you have good sound, because you can do these things and then you will start to play the pieces and will not sound well. That's why we have these exercises. Here we can really focus on the things that really matters, and this is our right hand, and of course also the left hand. I will just repeat their videos. Also you can watch it. So the left hand, it's not like this, regardless which finger you are playing. Always also, please don't have your fingers in the air. All the fingers are on the string, okay? So don't do something first finger, second, and then you go with a finger to the air. Stay on the string, because you need them anyway when you go back. And when you play 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger, don't do this, okay? Always here is always round, and the fingers, here is always straight, sorry. And the fingers are round, but not round like this too much that you play fast with the nails. And of course, you need to cut your nails. It's a destiny of us violinists. So that was it. That was already 11th lesson. We have just 1 lesson next week, next Sunday, where we will learn our first song. And I'm looking forward to really take care of these things because it will save you so much time and nervous on the long term. So happy practicing.